One of the projects we were working on was getting robots to make underwear. I'm James Gilbert, Professor of Engineering here at the University of Hull. One of my main things is around integrating offshore wind into the wider decarbonisation challenge. So within IDRIC, we're looking at ways to improve the diversity of the workforce in industrial decarbonisation. In common with a lot of engineering-based industries, there's a real challenge around getting a more diverse workforce. So what we're trying to do is understand what is effective in making people want to join an industry like industrial decarbonisation, understanding what their challenges are and how we can help increase the diversity of that workforce. Yeah, so at the age 16, I was not really looking at an engineering career. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I didn't get great GCSE qualifications, but what I really enjoyed doing was making stuff, building things and making things happen. And so really by accident, I got into an engineering degree. I did electronics and robotics for my first degree. And since then, I've done lots of different things. So I did a PhD in robotics. And one of the projects we were working on was getting robots to make underwear, to essentially turn knickers inside out, which is actually quite a difficult thing to do. We never really perfected it because humans are just so good at doing those kind of things that we could never compete with a human. But then that led on to lots of work around measuring things, controlling things, and that fed into work in offshore wind. And that fits into the wider decarbonisation picture. So, measuring things, improving things is really what I'm about. Okay, so we've got a great question here submitted by one of the school kids. How do we ensure that there are equal opportunities in science and engineering? And I think the answer to that is, sadly, there's not one simple answer. It involves lots of different things. I think one of the key things is it needs to involve everyone. It's not just about people from underrepresented groups fighting for their opportunities. It's about people like me, white, male, not as young as I used to be, making sure there are opportunities. So we need to involve everyone in this process. But also, people who are looking for moving into an industry, really pushing and saying, I really want to get into this industry, and not taking no for an answer, essentially. Yeah, see, I'm quite a pragmatist. So, I like good solutions to real problems. So, as an example, my main passion is around offshore wind, and just the fact that you can build something that's so huge, put it out in the middle of the ocean in a really hostile environment and generate huge amounts of electricity is still amazing. All of the bits that have to come together to deliver that, and the way it depends on lots of different skills from science, engineering, environment, business. Bringing all those things together, to me, is just fantastic. Yeah, so solving the industrial decarbonisation challenge, obviously there are key technological aspects to that, but all of those technological aspects will only get us so far if we don't have the workforce. The kind of classic white male perspective isn't going to solve all the problems, so we need those diverse influences, those diverse ideas. And any one university isn't going to be able to deliver that. So one of the key things about IDRIC is bringing all of these different perspectives together, bringing the technological and the social together so that we can hopefully make them mesh and ensure that we have the workforce to help deliver what the technology is providing in terms of opportunities. All of those things fitting together are really key, and I think IDRIC delivers that.